Hello everyone, welcome to our today's webinar. My name is Arturo Patiño from the Young Americas Business Trust, and I'm pleased to introduce the speaker of this conference entitled Business Plan, How and Why You Should Write a Business Plan. Our today's speaker is Marcelo Fersman. He has Israeli citizenship, but he is from Rosario, Argentina. Marcelo holds a BA in Business Administration from the Manchester University and is also a specialist in digital accounting. Professionally, Marcelo has been in charge of different accounting areas in companies in Israel. Since 1987, he has been senior lecturer of the Mount Carmel Training Center, Israeli Ministry of Foreign Affairs, leading international cooperation and workshops in Israel, Latin America, and Africa. Before we get started, I would like to mention that your questions are welcome. You can send them all via chat through our section of questions located on your conference panel, and at the end of this presentation, I will let Marcelo know your doubts so he can answer each of them. Without nothing left to say, I will give the floor to Marcelo. Marcelo, thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome.
Hi Arturo, thank you for inviting me. It's a real pleasure to join again our knowledge with participants from all the world. Good day for you, good evening for us here in Israel. What we are going to do, I'm tempted of saying all the time tonight, because here I'm looking outside and it's night already in Israel. Today, what we are going to do is to try to join together basic tools and first step of the entrepreneur in order to avoid in the future problems that could appear during our business activities. My presentation today is aimed not only to those that have already some business running, but also for those who are planning to start running some new business. And both can enjoy those tools we will debate today, as I said before, in order to try and avoid problems in the future. Yes. There are many issues to be considered. We will see most of them, not only some of them we will see thoroughly, and some of them we will only mention them because we have not got enough time to make a long debate of all of them. But we will see those which I consider the most important and those who can really harm our activities if we don't do it properly. First of all, we will talk about the validation and articulation of the idea for both those who have already a business and those who are planning to run some new business. We will say a few words about the pitch elevator, how we should prepare a business card, self-motivation, etc. You see here most of the topics we are going to talk about. Obviously, you are going to get through my colleagues in the YAP the presentation, and I'm mentioning that if some of you want to go to those topics we didn't have time to see together, you will find here some useful information. Those are some of the topics. We have here more, and let's start. And as Arturo mentioned at the beginning, my advice is that if there is something that you consider that you think you have questions, please write down your question, and at the end we will have time to answer those questions. First of all, I want to say a few words about our motivation, and we have to ask ourselves if really by starting some new business we are in the right place. The first thing we have to do is overcome the fear of failure. In most of the workshops we do, mostly in Latin America, we invest a lot of time in trying to develop some dynamics that will help businessmen to overcome that fear. And we have, for that purpose, we have to answer to ourselves a few questions. What will I do if it doesn't work? Should I be terrified about the idea? What if I lose money? So what? We are investing only money. What if somebody has already tried? That's the most common question that people ask themselves. Why should I succeed in the place that many people have failed? So I must overcome that kind of fear. You may do it by avoid endangering family needs, because sometimes we are convinced we have a very good idea and we do wrong steps, like selling our house in order to finance some business. So that's a basic advice we can give everybody. Avoid doing those kind of steps that will endanger your needs, your personal needs, or to risk the family capital. Why are we doing that business? Maybe because we feel being a businessman is sexy, is attractive. Maybe our parents make pressure on us to open some business. Maybe because we hate the boss in our job, and every morning we say, oh, I'm sick of that boss. I want to open a store and be the boss for myself. Do we think that by having a business we will have free time? Or maybe we envy our friends that have business? That's not the right attitude. What we should do is be convinced that we are doing the right things. Another two more things that we have to do in order to auto-motivate ourselves is, first of all, to prepare an emergency plan in advance. Just in case, what will I do after 6 months if it doesn't work? That is what we call the trial period. And after that, after we know for sure that we want to do it, and we are in the right place, and we have the right idea, etc., we will commit to success, sparing no efforts. We will go on. The first thing we have to do is the validation of the idea, because most of the business, most of the entrepreneurs start something with an idea, and we think it's a good idea, but the idea we recommend has to rely on 3 principles. That the idea excites us. Don't forget that we have to wake up every morning and go to work on that business, on that store, on that shop, and we must find some excitement on it. The idea must be based on something we know good how to do it. It may be a profession, trade, or some experience we had acquired through years of working somewhere. Maybe even for somebody else. We have been working many years as a shoemaker, and one day we decide to open our own business, our private business, but we have the skills to do it. And The idea should respond to what the market calls needs of the market or something that the market wants. Okay? Let's concentrate in needs on the market, because sometimes the market wants something, for example, luxury cars, but they don't really need it. But when the idea is relying on something that the market needs, it means that's another step in our way to success. The next tool, and we are dealing with tools, with using tools, with using tools that will assist us in order to have more success. And the next tool is the pitch elevator. What is the pitch? And don't fall into the confusion between pitch and speech. Speech is when I prepare something methodically to speak in front of a big audience. Speech is when I meet somebody, we have something in common, I want to tell him about some idea, something new that we are doing, and we have to have that ability of speaking very shortly. On the other hand, with a big enthusiasm and absolute control about our idea. Why do we call it pitch elevator? Because we have to tell that person about our idea through the time that takes to elevator to climb to 20 floor or 30 floor, let's say 2 or 3 minutes, not more than that. It's very important to start the pitch elevator with some dramatic expression. For instance, hey, Mr. Johnson, how are you? Do you remember me? Do you know that in our city 20% of children don't eat one good meal during the day? Or do you know that 50% of the population here doesn't have running water? Or something dramatic that will capture the attention of the other person. And then we speak about our idea, and the most important is not to finalize the journey, or not to finalize the elevator time with the other guy without inviting him to give us a card business and saying to him, thank you, sir, for your attention. Let me call you in 2 days. Okay? Never say, sir, here is my business card. You are invited to call me if the idea interests you. No. That way, we give him the opportunity to run away from us in case he's not interested. But you know that business is like hunting. All the time, we should be around and make another attempt and another attempt in order to cap the attraction and in order to make the sale. So we will conclude the elevator by saying, the other people, please give me your business card and we will call you in 2 days. Okay, business cards. There are a few things that are very important, like highlighting special qualities that we are bringing to our business. For instance, on our business card could appear the sentence, we sell healthy food, or we are always in time, or try us, it will pay itself, or many kind of expressions that the people that get your business card will know exactly what you are talking about and what is your advantage in comparison to your competitors. You have to highlight your FOID number, address, website if you have, and you can emphasize as well the benefit of doing business with you, such as price, quality, location, or warranty. For instance, by saying, don't be afraid to buy. You can get a reimbursement in 3 days. Okay? All this you can write wisely in your business card in order not to do it so full, your business card, but to try the most important data to appear in your business card. We'll talk a few words about the production process. Sorry. And we will see together now a couple of important things during the production process. First of all, we have to be sure about having materials sorry, enough in order to produce our products, and that we can finance those materials, because sometimes we think or we find it interesting buying a lot of raw materials since we got a very good and attractive price, but we have no capacity of financing those raw materials. We have to have a plan in advance. We have to make sure we have capacity enough of the machines and of people who will be able to elaborate those products. We have to be sure about our stock level and to have a safety stock level. Every business defines his stock level. For one who produces furniture, his stock level will be different in comparison to somebody who produces something else. I don't know what now, but every business that produces something must have a safety stock level. Why am I emphasizing a business that produces something? Because a business that gives some service, they don't have stock at all. Those were a couple of things about production.